Good morning. It's Monday the 19th of April and day 28 on the trail, and we are just starting to wake up this morning. It's about 7:30, and we did get some rain last night, so luckily it's moved out now, and things are starting to clear off a little bit. Still a little cold, probably about 40 this morning, and wet, but at least I stay dry in my tent. Not sure about Kendall. I'm pretty sure she's dry in her little tent. So just got up, made some hot cocoa, and we're gonna go ahead and we're all try to get started with our day. Packed up in our bags. You see little dry spots on the ground where our nice little tents were at. There's Kendall's spot there. There's Kendall all bundled up, ready to go. It's a little foggy yet this morning, a little cool, but it's so cold out this morning that even the little plants are shivering. It's about 11:30, and as you can see, sun came out, so right on cue. So yeah, it's been a good downhill, but now we got about 1,000 feet of up to do today. So Kendall's legs hurting again, so we're going kind of slow again today, but we just keep an eye on it and try not to push too hard. But yeah, the sun's out. That'll help a little bit, warm things up a little bit, and yeah, we'll see if we can enjoy the afternoon. So all right, we're gonna go for a while, and we'll see you up there. We just came up on a little store by the roadside. Has really good milkshakes, burgers, and resupply stuff. Sounded really good, but unfortunately they're closed on Mondays. Guess what today is? Today's Monday. So we're just gonna think about how good it would have been and keep walking on. Alright, we stopped by alongside the trail here going up the hill. We didn't get to eat breakfast this morning because of the rain, but we just decided to take a little stop here and sit in the sun. Got my tent fly drying out there in the sun, and eating a little oatmeal for breakfast at noon, so it's a good little spot to rest. Can you see him down in there? Kind of hard to see. Brown lizard. We're about a mile from the shelter where we're going to have lunch. Having a little bit later lunch today, just We got a late start because of the rain, so we're heading up there. We'll have a little lunch and then decide how much further we're going to go today. So weather's still holding out, sun's still out, so it's a good day. So let's go eat some lunch. So the lunch shelter is called Bryant Ridge Shelter. It's really kind of neat. Looks a little bit like a tree house, but it's got a big deck on the front of it, which you could probably actually even sleep on. And then it's got the first level. It's got a bunch of bunks around there. It's kind of a cool little platform. Got a lot of little hooks, and there's a hook to hang your bags so the mice can't get into it. It's got little dowel hooks. Then it's got a ladder that will take you up. It's got little windows along the side, but it's got an upstairs to it. It's got little hooks to hang stuff from. But yeah, really cool shelter. Alright, well, we had our late lunch at the shelter. Thought maybe we would stay there. We were really trying to decide. In fact, another hiker came. Her name was Day Hiker, and she was trying to make that same decision, but I don't know, it was a little cold there and the sun came back out, and I just got the feeling like, well, still got a couple hours left. We can do a few more miles, so we're hiking about 3 miles up past the shelter, which was supposed to just be our lunch spot, but we've been going really slow today. And 3 miles there's a campsite, and then 2 miles past that is another shelter. But we're thinking that other shelter, which was our final destination, is probably going to be pretty full. So we're aiming for that campsite that's just about 2.5 miles to 3 miles up the trail. So yeah, we're just slowly chugging along, going. It's all uphill, probably gaining about 2,000 feet this afternoon, and but we'd like to go ahead and knock at least some of that out before we call it a day. So so yeah, we're just going to keep continuing on. If you guys want to stay here and camp, you're more than welcome to do that, or you can follow us up and meet us at the campsite. Alright, we'll see you up there. That ridge over there across the way is the ridge we camped on this morning. And then we just walked down through the valley. Came up the other side today. So, doesn't look that far away, but it's been a pretty good walk. Alright, we're still heading uphill towards the campsite for the night. It's been a pretty good uphill from the shelter where we had the late lunch. Been pretty much constant uphill, but we've just been taking it slow. It's just a beautiful evening. Looking out over the valley with the sun shining and the breeze blowing. It's been a beautiful evening, so we've got no hurry. We still have plenty of sunlight left. A little less than a mile to go, but it will probably still take us about an hour to get there, so just based on the terrain. But and Kendall's leg still hurting quite a bit, but she's still pushing on. So we're gonna slowly wake our way up this hill, and we'll see you at the campsite. You can go ahead and get my tent set up while you're there. I'll meet you up there. Okay, we made it to the campsite. Got in about 7:30, which was about what we expected. Didn't quite make our primary goal, which was the shelter, another 2 miles up the hill here, but we were thinking that the shelter is going to be pretty full. There's a lot of people heading up that way. In fact, I was thinking these tent sites were going to be full, but we're the only ones here. So Kendall's got her tent up, and mine's going to go right over there, but I'm working on making the macaroni and cheese before it gets too dark. Unfortunately, the water source is about, they say about 300 yards that way. I think it's a little bit further, and it's just a little trickle coming out of the hill, so I was able to get just enough for dinner tonight, and I'll have to run back down there tomorrow morning to get more for breakfast. But anyway, we're gonna get set up here and call it a night, crawl in and get some good rest. So hope you all are doing fine this evening, and thanks for coming along with us today. Hope you enjoyed the trip, and hope you're with us again tomorrow. Have a good night. Good morning. It's day 29 of our journey, and just waking up and got out of my tent. Kendall's probably still in hers. So, I want to try to show you our morning, or maybe even our whole day. We're walking the trail here. We have to go up onto that ridge. It's about another 600 feet. And once we get up onto that ridge, we're going to travel that ridge all the way down. Along that ridge. A lot of little ups and downs up there. You can't really see it because of the trees that are in the way, but up on top of that bump right there, there is an FAA radar tower that we will see hopefully by lunchtime. And then down off of it, and then down the rest of that ridge there. So we'll see how long it takes us, and hopefully get out to that edge by this evening, but we'll see. It's quite a ridge, but hopefully the terrain will be good. So alright, we'll see you up on the ridge. Really frustrating walking north from Georgia to Maine, and when you get up in the morning and you're walking and the sun is on your left, which means we're walking south for a little bit today. And when you're trying to walk 2,193 miles north, part of that is heading south. It's really hard on the mind, but luckily it looks like the ridge will be turning north again, and we'll be heading in the right direction once again. So come on, let's go. And to the south of us are the two towers. Alright, walking along the ridge, and a little bit of a rhododendron tunnel back again today. Haven't seen them in a while, but for some reason we got them back again up on this ridge, so it's kind of neat. Alright, our campsite last night was right down in that little notch, right down in there. That's where we camped. Just ran across another great hiker. Had stopped and had a good chat with him and his dog. Nice Airedale dog, and hiker's name was Long Toe, and dog's name was Huckleberry Finnegan. And so kind of fun to talk with him, and just a really neat guy, and just doing section hikes on the trail, but he's from up north, so he warned us about the trails that we have to look forward to. We've heard the north is a lot steeper and rockier, and yeah, he tends to agree that these hills down here aren't quite as hard as they appear to be. So, but anyway, good chat with Long Toe, and great guy, and he's old like us, so good to meet those guys out here doing the trail. A lot of fun to stop and chat with people, meet along the way, and yeah, just gonna give a shout out to him for being out here today, and lifting our spirits a little bit. It's kind of fun. So. Alright, we are getting up close to the FAA towers, nearing the top, and my watch said we just went up over 4,000 feet, which is really pretty good considering we camped at right around 1,000, about 1,100 feet. So we've gone up about 3,000 feet in about 3 hours. It's about 1,000 feet per hour, which is why I'm huffing and puffing. Alright, let's go find those towers. Walking along the edge of a nice meadow with wind whispering through the pines. It's a beautiful spot. Nice day. Probably high 60s, low 70s today. Little rabbit running up behind this tree. He's right there. There he goes. Our first creature of the day. Alright, we made it to Thunder Hill Shelter, 2 o'clock. Made it here to have a little lunch. It's a little later lunch than what we sometimes do, but still made it here earlier than I thought. I thought we'd get here about 2:33. So I'm making fairly good time today over the terrain and the mountains and all. So a picnic table there, we're going to sit up, have a little bit of cream cheese salmon rolls with spinach on them, and alright, there's our water source for lunch, and just as I was walking up to it, a big old frog jumped into it. So okay, we just had lunch and decided not to get water out of the frog pond, so we're just going to walk up here just about 2.5 more miles to the campsite and get water there. But we're doing fine. It's a beautiful day, wind's blowing, sun's shining, so we're happy to be out on the trail, and happy to be with you all, and we'll see you when we get down to the camp. Okay, it's about 5:15, and not 100% sure, but I think that's where we're headed tonight for our camp, is up on top of that knob over there. So yeah, we'll head down this way first and then cross, and the campsite is near the top over there. Well, for once I was right, and we are definitely going up over that high knob, and we just got down to the bottom of it, and got to go up about 700 feet in the next hour. We're at about 2,300. We got to go up over 3,000 feet on that knob. Coming down high knob now. It's 7 o'clock at night, and it's got about a mile or a little less to go down. Just looking out over the beautiful valley, and the sun's just now starting to go behind those clouds. Not really setting, but just beautiful color in the sky, and got some owls hooting down in the valley. Off to the distance there, we've got the view of the James River Valley, and we'll actually be heading down that way. So obviously not tonight, but hopefully tomorrow. So down to the water hole. We made it to the campsite, and just got a beautiful sunset going on behind me, and we made it to a little campsite. There's quite a few people camped up there tonight. We caught up to a group of people that passed us yesterday, so we made up some miles today. So not going to do any videoing up at the campsite, just for their privacy, but did want to show you the beautiful sunset, and let you know we're doing well. We did 14.2 miles today, which is really good. Made it up over some pretty big hills, including that last one up over that high knob, which was over 3,000 feet. So we dropped back down another 1,000 feet to the campsite, and we're getting set up. We're gonna have a little dinner and call it a night. So again, thanks for walking with us today, and hope you enjoyed the trip, and we'll talk to you in the morning. Thanks, y'all.